Well, that light is crazy right there, though. That sucker right there. Let me see. We definitely need a clearer
Camera.
cam. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your good friend Kevin. We are here this morning um, with our new show, our live podcast. It's called the Morning Market. I hope you guys are doing well. We are testing this out for the first time. Forgive the video quality. We're gonna fix that. That's all right. But done is better than
No.
not. So we're gonna do it regardless of what we kind of run into right now. But um, I'm gonna wait here for Amelia to jump in real quick. She's doing her thing. Oops, oops, oops. You don't want this one?
Oh.
We got a chair.
My own chair.
She's bringing her own chair. Listen, you guys have to, when you meet Amelia in person, you will be like, what is going, this girl is, she's on fire, man. Amelia came to us back in November.
Yes.
In November, and we've been consistently doing amazing work over and over again. So as we coming into 2024, new goals, new aspirations, new things on the horizon. So this morning we're going to just spend about another 20 minutes or so talking about some of the things that we have going on with the Maverick Home Group this quarter. We did our planning early on in the year, and one of the things that we have coming up on January 27th is our first for the year, for the quarter, homeowners workshop seminar. Amelia's getting ready. She's taking care of a lot of that stuff. So if you see the flyer out there, please make sure you sign up. And get involved. We're going to be doing it right here in Fort Myers. So that's some of the events that one of the events that we have coming up on January the 27th. So you don't want to miss that, right? Amelia, you want to introduce yourself really quickly?
Well, as Kevin stated, my name is Amelia. I'm here with the Maverick Home Group, and I am just kind of here to assess with anything and everything. Nothing is ever limited to anything, especially in real estate world. Real estate never sleeps. I said that to Natalie a few weeks ago. She goes, "Isn't that the truth?" I was like, "Nobody ever sleeps in business." So we're here to really present what's going on around you and kind of keep you in the know, keep you comfortable, so that way you can make the right decision in your real estate journey every single day, whether it's just making right connections, whether it's selling your home, buying your home, what's going on in the market. If you don't understand how it works, we're here to guide you, to help you with literally any question you could possibly have. No question's ever not a good question, because
That's true.
it's a good question.
Yeah. So, who do you? I mean, I'm gonna just jump right into it because this morning we were on Facebook. Hear me, Facebook. We're on Clubhouse this morning. I mean, if you've never been on Clubhouse, guys, you have to download the app. Check it out. If you're in the real estate it doesn't really matter what industry you're in. Check out Clubhouse. It's still pretty good. I'm 3 years in. One of the things we were talking about this morning is like, who do you follow in the industry? Right, and it doesn't really have to be in the real estate industry, but like, who do you follow for tips, tricks, guidance, motivation, stuff like that?
Well, I'm pretty brand new in the industry, so whatever knowledge I get, I kind of right now I'm just absorbing from the Clubhouse. But I love Derek and I love Juan. I think they're extremely knowledgeable. And Tony, I love Tony.
Tony, yeah.
I have learned so much from Tony. But the main guy that I really believed that kind of truly got me to understand and want to be in the real estate industry was actually the Real Estate Trapper on YouTube.
Oh,
He also got me to invest in vending machines and help me understand So he talked about how there's always going to be need for ATMs and vending
Mm-hmm.
machines
You sure
because
right.
everyone's always going to need money and everyone's always going to need food.
Yep.
So I kind of invested in that.
I knew about that a long time ago too,
Yeah,
man.
but
God.
that's who I really follow through, and then I love watching his YouTube videos. He's got a lot of good knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
He also talks a lot about your tax write-offs and your
Mm-hmm.
tips and tricks with taxes,
Mm-hmm.
for your property, for your personal taxes, how like everything can be tied in.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned a lot with Tony as well as on taxes as well, just kind
Yeah.
of like on the
They
clubhouse.
know a lot of stuff when it comes to taxes and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I follow. I've been digging into a lot of Gary V. I mean, I've
Mm-hmm.
always kind of followed Gary V,
Yep. Yep.
but it seems like almost every year towards the end of the year, I kind of go back towards Gary V and whatever he's saying, whatever he's teaching, whatever he's putting out there conversationally. I love what he's saying, and one of the things that he mentioned towards the end of last year into this year is doing more of what we're doing right now,
Yeah.
doing the live streaming, going out and doing it. And who cares who sees it and who
Mm-hmm.
cares who likes
Just do
it?
it.
Just go ahead and do it.
Like kind of like Nike said it. Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, because you never know. You never know what you're gonna say or who you're gonna see or who's gonna see it. Um, so I think Gary V for me is like one of those guys right now in the industry. I don't know about you, but me personally, I,
Right.
I
Right.
love what Gary V is kind of pushing out there. One of the things he talked about, and I kind of wrote a note about this, is he talks about how do you get more views? Is it about growing your fan base or your following base, or is just putting out material over and over again?
I
Right?
think it's both.
Is both? You think?
Well, kind of what Juan talked about today, it's the
Mm.
relevance, what people want to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about selling you what I'm doing because I'm already doing
Yeah.
it. It's just selling you why you should stay engaged with me.
Yeah.
It's the funny things. Somebody years ago said, as a human being, you naturally tend to remember dumb things
Mm-hmm.
versus the important things.
Right.
That's why sometimes we forget the important dates, those anniversaries, and blah blah blah, but we'll remember something that someone said at the gas
Mm.
station 3 years ago that was a joke,
Yeah.
you know? So your mind tends to remember things that are less relevant to you. There we go. It's a Monday.
Yeah.
So I feel like the more content you put out there that engages with the people that
Mm-hmm.
are coming across your content,
Mm-hmm.
that's what is going to keep people engaged and follow you and want to have more of that interaction.
And it doesn't have to be real estate related all the
No,
time.
no.
It doesn't have to be real estate. And I that's one of the things I'm so happy about, because I feel like I don't want to always post real estate. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
post who Kevin is. Like I listen to reggae music, I listen to soca, I listen to rap, I listen to everything sometimes, and I just want to turn on the camera in my car and just be like, ah, man, this is my song. And I'll post that, and it has nothing to do with real estate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of those videos get so many views, so many more views than just me just posting a house. Hey, I'm doing an open house, I'm doing something different. So I think yeah, I don't think it's like I've been on Facebook, I've been on social media since 2005.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time. Like, and I know, what's so crazy, when Juan was talking about it this morning about views versus followers, I was like, I think I have over 1 million views if I can count all the videos and all the content that I've put out since, say, 2010
Mm-hmm.
till now. I'm pretty sure I have more than 1 million views, which is kind of crazy, but I don't have 1 million followers. I have 5,000 followers on one platform, a little over 3,000 on one platform, 1,000 on another, 500 on another. But I've always been putting out content, so it's like, I guess I have 1 million views.
Right.
But I'm whatever. So he was talking about, is it a vanity thing? For most people, and I think coming into real estate now, most realtors, they look at everybody else's success to social media,
That's very true.
right? So I don't know how you feel about that, but I don't know. It's kind of weird for me sometimes. I don't feel like I need 100 likes on something to be validated.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't. I guess it's just me. Some people might be different.
The way I think that social media has turned is people look for reviews
Mm-hmm.
on all the product,
Yeah.
whether it's service or an
Yeah.
actual physical product. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like nowadays, with the way social media is in digital world,
Mm-hmm.
people see those views and likes as a review.
That's currency.
You know,
Yeah.
you're no longer looking at Google. Oh, Maverick Home Group has
Yeah.
150 5-star reviews, but they're looking at the reels and the
Mm-hmm.
post would make.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's no interaction. Oh, I don't know if they're
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. If
I
they're
don't
really
know.
real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of
Could
where
be a bot.
right. That's kind of where I think where like the
Yeah.
social media kind of
Yeah.
comes through, in any aspect and any
Mm-hmm.
sale, any kind of a service in this world, because we just utilize it so heavily.
Yeah. I think it's consistency as well too, and
Oh yeah.
we've talked about this all the time. It's making sure that you're consistent, making sure that you're disciplined in your consistency, and keep doing it. Don't be. I mean, I guess we can't now. I mean, we've been doing this for a while, so we know we can't be shy about putting out content, right? We have to consistently put ourselves out there as real human beings, real estate agents. We do have issues. We do have.
We're humans.
Yeah, we're humans,
We're
right? We're
humans.
not bots.
We'll put the coffee on top of the car and we'll leave. We drop our phones and
Yeah.
iPads.
Yeah.
Like the reel I sent you the other day, I feel like it would be really great to make. Like, oh, we're real estate agents. Of course we're going to be on the phone all the time. We're real estate agents. Of course I'm going to
I
miss
saw
your
that
call.
one. Yep.
I was like, that is so,
so
genius.
true. Yep.
I'm like, because we do follow through, because nobody can be perfect. Nobody.
Of course, we're real estate agents. We're going to drive a
Yeah.
white BMW. And I thought about you. I was like, right? I was like, yep, of course we're going to drive a white BMW. I saw that. I was like, that's a man.
That's it. We're gonna do that today. We're gonna do that today.
So yeah, I mean, we have to consistently be consistent. We got to be disciplined in what we got to do, and it really makes up. We have to be vulnerable. That's something I think we really didn't really talk about, is actually being vulnerable to put the content out there,
Yeah, because
because
you're sharing your personal life,
man,
the goods and the bads.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're putting yourself out there to be ridiculed or to be judged, really.
Yeah.
Because people could not like it, people could not show up. You know what I mean? So
And you have to be okay with it.
yeah,
That's
I
the
mean,
thing, you got to be okay with it.
that's where the delayed gratification comes in. And guys, I take notes, so if you see me looking down, is because I'm kind of reading through my notes. And the delayed gratification thing is huge, right? Because that's what kind of breaks that consistency pattern with us, because we want to be successful now.
Mhm.
We want to see the results now. We want to see it within 30 days, right? You came in and you started working with us, like I said, back in November. And I don't know if you've kind of given yourself a time period to say, well, all right, I have to achieve this
Mhm.
by such and such time, right? For me, I'm always on some sort of 30-day cycles. I'm always on some kind of 30-day thing going on inside here, what I have to accomplish in the next 30 days, right? So the delayed gratification thing for me is I don't really I don't feel like I have an issue with it. Sometimes I feel I do. I'm human, because I want to turn over now, because obviously, I want to be able to go out there and do my job effectively, but I'm learning. Is
Mhm.
this. And I think you said it just now. You don't have to sell. Just be who you are.
Mhm.
Just be out there to help people, right? And everything else will kind of fall in place, right? You think so? What do you think about that?
Um, so I don't always like to set like a timeline, because I feel like
Mm.
sometimes a timeline
Mm.
kind of creates more of a failure effect.
Oh, really?
Because then
Okay.
you're like, oh, okay, so 30 days, and then in that 30 days, you can have so many good things happen that you don't see, but because you're rushing into that timeline,
Mhm.
we could also have so much bad happen that again you don't see that.
Mhm.
So you get to that timeline, you're like, oh my gosh, I did not make my goal.
Yeah.
I'm a failure. Now you're
Oh,
pushing
wow.
now you're pushing yourself further back. So sometimes I don't like to put timelines. There are certain times where, yeah, absolutely, timeline is necessary.
Mhm.
But sometimes I don't like to do that, because I want to focus on the steps that I truly need to take
Mhm.
and be able to accomplish those steps, versus
Gotcha.
putting a timeline in front of myself.
Mhm.
So like, hey, like in the next 30 days, I want to create a more engaging audience on all the social media presences.
Mhm.
So, that's the goal. Until I reach that goal, I'm not going to stop.
Got you.
So
All right.
that's kind of like where my mindset sometimes goes in, especially if you're kind of starting from scratch and you're like, oh man, I don't really know what to do, but I'm trying my best.
Mhm.
So I set the stones,
Mhm.
and I just make sure I cross them all.
Yeah.
And then once I have all of those categories in order and I understand how they all function,
Mhm.
now I can set the timeline, because now I know how to utilize those stones to accomplish to that timeline.
Gotcha. I
Does that
got
make
you.
sense?
Yeah, of course. I mean, listen, I'm of the firm believer that we all build blocks differently in this
Mm-hmm.
industry. We do things differently. We get to the result different. We get to the goal. We get to the line differently. It doesn't mean that what you're doing is wrong.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything like that, right? It just means that you just process things different.
Of
We all
course.
process things
Yeah,
differently, and you
yeah.
have to be able to love that, right, in this business, because we're going to probably arrive at the same destination, but we'll take different routes, right? And I really do love that, right? And it's one of the things that they talked about this morning, we talked about on Clubhouse this morning. And guys, if I say this again, if you're not on Clubhouse, jump into Clubhouse in the morning. We get started at about 7 o'clock in the morning. There are rooms that open up earlier than 7 o'clock, right? And I kind of jump in there early too, just to see what's going on. But the real estate all day group meets at 7 o'clock, from 7 to 9 every morning, and we kind of discuss a lot of the things that are going on in real estate, right? One of the things that kind of came up this morning as well too was, for us as real estate agents, in the content that we create, to be very, I mean, I would say very different from the norm, right? And when I say the very different, not the consistent real estate content, but we want to curate everyday natural occurrences, right?
Your everyday life.
Yeah, the everyday life.
And if you think about it, it really like fits in together, because where do you spend your time? Where do you
Hmm.
spend your life?
Hmm.
In your house.
Hmm.
That's your everyday life.
Every day,
You know,
everybody.
so it ties in all together, whether you're
Hmm.
creating, just for real estate,
Hmm.
but real estate ties in there because guess what? I put you in the house.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's something that we really have to be cognizant about, right? Um, Everyday life happens. I mean, like, you get up every morning, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you do whatever it is. I mean, those things are repetitive. At one point in time, to be honest with you, and it still probably bothers me, is the day in the life of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have probably, how many day in the life of videos have you seen from a real estate agent, right? And they're all different. Don't get
Right.
me wrong, they're all different. But I mean, this is just me. I'm sorry.
Sorry for the ones that are created and posted and have it
Listen,
scheduled.
listen. The day in the life of videos are the ones that kind of make me cringe a little bit, because I'm like, oh my god, there's so much more stuff that we could be kind of like putting out there. Um, in what we do. I mean, the day in the I don't know. I don't know. That it might just be me though. It might just be me. But guys, like I said, we're not gonna stay here too long. This is just our first of many. I apologize for the video content this morning.
Next week it will be better. We have plans.
Hopefully, no, from tomorrow. Hopefully, from tomorrow, Wednesday, it'll be better.
Okay.
But we're gonna be consistent on this, right? We're definitely gonna be consistent at this. We're
We have
gonna
little
be,
microphones. We're
yeah. We
ready.
got the microphones. We got the microphones, right?
We'll be traveling and interviewing, so there's going to
Right.
be a lot more interactive content.
Mm-hmm.
Your everyday content, stuff that happens on the way to work, on the way
Mm-hmm.
home. The things that you may have questions about, but you don't really know who to ask. Questions that will answer you don't even have to ask.
Yeah.
Whether it's about your home, whether it's about your mortgage side, whether it's how do you make your coffee. It's everyday life.
Do you use sea salt in your coffee?
Yeah,
I've never
I
done that
heard
though.
that, and
I've never done that.
I
Joe.
texted my aunt, who's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, she just knows everything about
Yeah.
everything. So she does all this research. She's retired and she's
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
nothing better to do. So if you ever have a question, that's like the woman that you go to. And I was like,
Yeah.
I said, Donna, you know what I heard this morning on a Clubhouse, somebody puts Himalayan sea salt. She goes, no, Celtic salt is the only way to go.
Celtic salt.
She said, no, honey. Celtic salt. There was the longest pause, and I felt like I said something wrong.
Wrong. Yeah.
And she's like, no, honey.
No.
Like Celtics. She said, this is it.
I've never tried anything salty like
So
Stuff
Celtic
like
salt does have a lot of good stuff for you, a lot of
yeah,
antioxidants. So what I
yeah.
do is I usually do just like a little bit under my tongue, and then
Really?
yeah, and then I do like my lemon water in the morning with the
I've
chia
never known
seeds,
that.
and call it a day. But now I'm gonna start putting it in my coffee.
I never known
So
that.
now that's a content information idea for you guys, or even for us to make a
Look,
video making
I
coffee
was now about to say that. I think
with
she's
the
gonna do a
salt.
video
I'm
doing
gonna do a
it.
video. I'm gonna do a video. I'm very
She's
excited
gonna
now.
do a video. But listen, before we leave, I want to say thanks again for when you guys do see this video, make sure that you like it, you share it, subscribe to the channel. We are looking for more subscribers. Please leave some feedback as well too. And I promise you we're gonna continually do this over and over and over again. I've been waiting for the opportunity to do this. Amelia jumped in. She said, let's go ahead and do it. So we are doing it. I have no problems being on camera. I have no problems talking to people that I can't see. I don't have a problem doing that. I've done it for a while. So, right, we're going to do this. We're
Yeah,
going to continue to do it
every single week, at least 3 times a
at
week.
least 3 times a week.
So we'll have new content, new information to put out. So again, and if you have any questions that you want answered, or if you want a specific topic to be discussed, drop it in the comments, message us, call us, let us know. Stop by the office, come hang out with us, whatever it is that you prefer.
We'll get it done. See you guys.
See you next week.
Bye.